watch me struggle to create a background. And I'll say struggle because I'm a bit stumped right now. So here I'll just leave this little corner on here that I'll focus on, because I could look at you can look at your whole piece and be like, oh my goodness, I got this and that to finish. But let's fire all our torpedoes on this one little section. I'm trying to remember where in class. It's got to be more than one time, and in an office probably somewhere. One of the places that I worked at where people just panicked, had panic attacks. Oh my god, I gotta finish. Man, me having to deal with actual life and death situations, life and death. You can get that, not $1, not $1,000. Not even tens of thousands of dollars. That doesn't, you're not gonna pressure me with that. Maybe $1 million or $2 million, but everything else can be planned out, can be adjusted. We can get over it, adapt and overcome. But it's funny seeing people just freak out and they can't make it. Stop that shit. Because it's I think when we do that, when we imagine if I did that, oh my god, I'm supposed to get this done by last weekend. Let me just put the camera on my face and cry to you about how hard I have it. You don't have it hard, I have it harder. You know, you don't have any problems, I have problems. No, it's shit. Deadline. Let's go. Move it. And it may sound like I'm being insensitive to your needs, but if me and you have to do something, have to accomplish a mission, what good is it if we say play the blame game? It's his fault, I thought he was supposed to do it. Play the blame game. Oh my god, it'll never get done, it's too hard. The whining game, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too this, too that. Are you gonna hire me for a project next time? Do you want to work with me like that? Or how about would you rather work with someone? Look, we fucked up. Let's just try this out, and if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. If someone comes along with a better idea, with some advice, and let's listen to them. And you'll see with my artwork that I've even said it on the videos that at times these were I'm trying to think here, nothing too much. That some of these drawings that I've worked on were finished a year or 2 years ago or longer. And when I finished them, I really believed that it was that was it, that it was done, that they were complete. And I'm like, wow, it's, oh yeah, you know, got another solid piece. But no, look, I learned more. I watched other people airbrush, draw, sketch, paint, ceramics, blow glass, make frames, construction, architecture, furniture. I'm not just here saying, oh my goodness, what is this person on on their stupid ass little iPad creating. Fuck that. I'm looking at everyone's stuff. I think if your artwork becomes like Frankenstein, meaning that it's a bunch of different parts from here and there, from things that you see, either consciously or subconsciously, you'll pick out your favorite parts. And once you start creating, drawing, sketching, and once you start being comfortable enough to access that library in your head through your brain, I think it'll show in your work. It will show in your work. So look, if you're a beginner, it's cool to do a little bullshit, stupid ass portraits of dumbass celebrities, famous people, attention whores, and just to draw them, just to maybe that's what you know for now, right? That sells, or that is popular, or that you put up with, that gets your attention. But and it's good for training, but eventually you'll have to, I recommend, you don't have to, but I recommend that you move on, that you find your way, find your voice, find your voice, your style, your signature. Mass produce it if you want, or if not, collect a very strong, unique collection. And that's going to be up to you. Don't expect me, your teacher, your mentors, your neighbor, your parents, your boss, to anyone else to take care of, secure your future. No, don't do that. I've seen those assholes. There are people that put their boss's reputation, their boss's consistent workflow, work production as their primary focus in life. And when it came down to chopping heads off, firing people, it wasn't the boss that got fired, it was you. Because all the time you made the boss look good. Hours get cut. People do not get promoted. And people end up in just bad situations, but they deserve that. They deserve that. How could you say that I deserve, ended up working as a cashier at Whole Foods? And there's nothing wrong with working at Whole Foods or being a cashier. But if that's not what you really, absolutely, positively do not want to do, well, then that's a bad place to be. And people that know me, they know that I've been through a bunch of jobs. The last consistent paycheck I had paid me very well. Very well. Access to bitches, cash, music, entertainment. I was living fat, P-H-A-T, fat. But I was not growing. You know how I got that job? By sharing my skill, my work. Hey dog, you want to join us? Yep. Why not? And just thinking about that for a moment. I think those look like eyeballs, right? And if not, there's the shape of the music. music notes. But yeah, man. I'm lost my train of thought, but I'll go with my gut feeling. Look, just keep on creating, keep on sketching, drawing. Don't let shit overwhelm you. Look, we all have challenges and problems. People that love us, people that hate us, people that we want to help out. Think about the people that you could help out if you were successful. I mean, really successful. Shit. Use that as fuel. Now, let's say you're in a real shitty neighborhood. You don't like your situation where you're at. You know, that's also fuel. And it's a delicate balance that you don't let that corrupt you a bit or make your thoughts toxic. You know what gets me a bit is just seeing all these homeless motherfuckers around me. All these homeless motherfuckers. Just because to me they're just a bunch of people that fell through the cracks. People turned their back on. How could I say that? A lot of them, when they speak English without an accent, I believe I'm still fighting off my accent a bit. And I'm going to tell that they were born in here, that their parents were born here. Dude, where the fuck did your party fucking fuck you up? Where did you drop the ball? Where did you start being, when did you start neglecting things? But then again, who let you do that? And there's a lot of people who say, you know, dog, you should just let them be, focus on your thing. But and I've told a lot of motherfuckers that have kids, people that I know personally, I tell them, look, fucker, no, I invite you out to this party or that party or this trip, you know, but you got kids. You know, you can't come over here and fuck around. You got people you gotta look up to, that look up to you. You gotta be home. Yeah, I think luckily for me, I came across some good role models in my life. Not a lot, but enough to where it gave me enough shame to realize that I would be dishonoring them if I didn't become successful, meaning that with the tools that they gave me, most important mentally, a lot of people underestimate that they made me realize and understand that by their example they achieved a lot. And you know, if you and I ever having coffee together, but meet up somewhere, buy some of my work. I'll probably share more details on it, but in the meanwhile, there are people that did very, very good in life, and you know, it's man, at times it's like this, a moment where I need to pause and realize that I do have firepower behind me. I do have people of high caliber that gave me their attention, their advice, because they saw it in me. They saw something in me. And not just hearing it from one people, but from multiple people. And me just being horrible with keeping in touch, I haven't kept up in progress. But then again, I've also been learning, exploring, yeah, I'm thinking a bit on that too right now. I remember one time I was overseas by myself in a city for the first time, and along the edge of a desert. 127 degrees, I remember that, 127. Using just the GPS. And you'd be surprised when the thoughts go through your head in 127 degree weather, alone, at a train station. And it's interesting to flashback on that stuff. Where you been? How did I get here? I still had water. I was pacing myself, but I was pounding water, pounding it. And kept in mind where if I could make it to another location of water, if I had to leave the area, how far could I go? And again, I've lost my train of thought here. Get the red colored pencils now. Look, I'm not a big fan of putting out information on the internet, you know. None of my girlfriend's pictures, none of people that are close to me, even where I like to go have my favorite sandwich at, or what my favorite sandwich is. Because I think more important is the more important is the message. The fact that I fuck up, the fact that I have doubts, that I make mistakes. Even if you look on my past videos, I know if there's anything that I mix up or misspoke on, I need to clarify on. Didn't you say this before? How about that? Man, I'll do my best to see if I was wrong or if I straight up goofed. And I'm lost again here. Yeah, there's definitely other things that I'll take care of. Well, right now, as this video is uploading, so I could let's say upload this video. But it took me a minute to think of where I wanted to go with this piece right here, right now. What I wanted to sketch and draw in this video. But you'll notice that what I did in a couple previous videos is I worked on other things. I did other drawings. Just a fan here. If you're stumped with something, don't just quit unless you really have to. I worked on the other pieces just to give my mind a break from this piece. And if there's other things, other hobbies you have, and you're stuck on one, go do something else. And if you're stuck on both, well then go pick up something new and go call a friend up for lunch, for dinner. Go out for a walk, see what people are wearing. I'm not a big fan of museums, not at all. Especially this fucking Museum of Contemporary Art. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? What is that? mind has cleared up a bit right there. So also, when right before I turned the recorder on this video, I thought about my business school, Shark Tank, right? I think it was Damon John that said something like over analysis causes paralysis. Because I was thinking here, what should I draw? What should I make? And I thought, let's go with again the hearts and the music notes. Then I could figure out later on and on the next piece, as I look back on my other pieces, what could I have done different? And yeah, because I could just think and not do anything. Or I could think, execute, and criticize for next time. I was listening to Alan Watts again to keep on going in and out of his playlist. A lot of people have uploaded a lot of his content, and at times listening to him, I won't say it makes me doubt, but it does make me question a lot of things that I believe. It's definitely a good thing. It's like calibrating a machine, make sure that it's on course and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it still trips me out to watch what's going on in the general elections, the presidential election. I know that you're not supposed to speak politics, but I'm going to be cool with whoever's president except for Hillary Clinton. It's just a scumbag that I just don't like. Don't trust her. Not one bit. But you'll notice that it's us peasants that protest and make a big deal out of all this corruption when it really is the people with the fat pockets. But how did they get the fat pockets? By innovation, work, creativity. And of course, we're supposed to be in a democracy, right, where the votes count, but it just seems that the fatter the pocket, the stronger the lobbyist, the more justice falls in your favor. Supposed American justice. Again, I'm not a fan of Hillary because her Benghazi statements, you know, well, what difference does it make? What difference does it make how they died or why they died? I just want you to think about that for a moment. If that was your dad, your brother, or your son, and how was to say that about them? Whether it's a police investigation, a military investigation, or a congressional investigation. You want to know how they died when they were supposed to be safe. What difference does it make? Think about that one person you really care for, and I gave you that response, honestly. No, that's not cool. Just because I don't know those people doesn't mean that it doesn't make a difference. Because if she could treat people like that in a time of peace, what will she do in a time of war? Just my preference, and that's my name on Facebook and DeviantArt.